Hey guys, this is Mr. Wong. Welcome back to Journal Art. This is your 421 uh, enrichment. Um, First of all, thank you for those of you who have been still diligently working on the assignments. Um, Not a lot of turn-ins have been happening, but not too bad either. Okay, so first of all, um, two things. Your assignment is going to be uh, two parts. I'm explaining two parts right now. And if you're wondering, hey Wong, Mr. Parr talked about how there will be enrichment activities that might boost my grades. Well, for those of you who've been following along and been doing the mind mapping and the family trees and all that, good, because those assignments and plus what's coming is going to help factor in your grade boosts. So for some of you who haven't been doing any of this, I would highly suggest you play catch up. Um, because what you turn in will actually matter for your final, uh, your grade boosting. Just FYI about grade boosting, um, I'm willing to boost your third quarter grades, and by boosting your third quarter grades, the likelihood of your final grades might go up. That's not a guarantee, but at least your third quarter grades will go up. Some of you are already getting like A's and B's, even C's, and you're like, yeah, I'm good. Then you're good. But some of you are like, hey, Wong, my final grade's like a B. I want to get an A. And my best explanation to you is that if you're already getting an A for third quarter, if you're doing the assignment I'm asking for, or the assignments, cultivating things that get to the end, cultivating, um, I would ensure that I can at least get your A to high enough A that hopefully could boost your B to an A also. If you're not sure what your grades look like, please email me. I can tell you what your final grade and what your third quarter grade is. And here we go. So for enrichment this week, or well, more like for the assignment this week, um, using your ideas that you've gotten from several weeks, I need you to submit a proposal. This is nothing new for any of you. You've been doing proposals for the last several projects, I believe. So remember that this is almost the last step of your finalizing your ideas. The quarter four, if you look at it, it says quote unquote self-portrait. Okay, you need to fill this out. You need to give me a working title, an idea, whatever you want to call it. Subject matter: who, what is the art focused on? Is it you? Is it things about you? Is it about where you're from? Okay, as you see, self-portrait is quotations, detailed explanation slash description of the work. What's going on? I need at least a paragraph. How did you come upon this final decision? So, what made you choose this idea? Okay, like why did you finalize with this idea? And what's the challenge or issues you're going to see yourself having? Now, besides just doing this, maybe Wong, I can fill this out in like 20 minutes. This is so easy this week. Yeah, yeah. Um, you'll also be doing 10 thumbnails. The thumbnails are for next week, but you should really probably start this week. So the proposal I'd like to see by this week, Friday, and then next week, I'd like to see this. So I'll have both of these included. There's some guidelines for your checklist of thumbnails. So they're not just simple stick figure drawings. They're supposed to be a thumbnail. So they're supposed to inform the process of what you're making. And so you're developing your concept. Okay. Some of these drawings should consist of studies. So what's a study? Study would be like, oh, I'm drawing a picture of my parent. So there might be drawings of your parents just sitting doing nothing. I don't know. Right? That's a study. A study is a drawing of things where you're developing detail, texture, value, or even just a subject matter. So when you look at it, it looks like whoever you're drawing. Okay? But not all of these should be your drawings. All right? Not everyone should be a study. Thumbnails are meant to be studies or just that. They're just heavily detailed in comparison to others, which, the others can be playing with space, right? Compositional space. So where do you put things? Some of these drawings must include like compositional studies. So like where you try and put things together. So if you're talking about the places you've been, maybe you arrange, like the Eiffel Tower, Hawaii, blah, 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 in a pleasing manner that doesn't clutter the space and doesn't make the eye go off the page. Okay. And for this, background is important. So think of how big something is, how small something is, how far apart something is. Okay. Values can be minimal or non-existent. That's because, it's up to you, right? Make sure that any values that you include are for the purpose of information rather than just having them. So meaning, don't be like, well, Wong wants values, and you just darken up the thing. No, I could care less. I want you to use values because you know you want to use them. Meaning, right now, if you look at me, the light's hitting my face, part of my face is dark, there's shadows. If I was doing a study of myself, right, I would put a dark shade for my shirt, my bow tie, a lighter value for my face, but that's only if I needed to. It could just be line drawings. Okay. Also, color. You're not asked to include color in every drawing, but if you decide that your final piece has color, I would recommend you try it. Test it before you get down to the end. All right. So your thumbnails. This is the checklist for your thumbnails. 10 plus total drawings. 2 to 3 drawings consisting solely of line work. 2 to 3 drawings that include both line and some value or color. 1 to 2 drawings that consist of detailed study work. So like line, value, color. So kiddos, whenever I draw in class and I'm drawing someone in class, that would be a quick line study of a person, if that helps you recall anything we do in class. Drawings that play compositional space. So, if it's objects or people, how far do you put something? It's kind of like the perspective drawing we're doing, right? Compositional space. You don't want something gigantic, really, really tiny. So you have to play with some, ideas that way. And again, it's 10 plus total drawings. 10 is what I'm looking for, no less than 10. You can go more. Even if you look at the thing I'm asking for, it's 2 to 3, 2 to 3, 1 to 2, 2 to 4. However you play with it, at minimum, you're giving me 10 thumbnail drawings. But Wong, how big is a thumbnail? It's a thumbnail. Shouldn't be a full page, but it should be enough to give you an idea of what's going to happen on your final. Now you're going, oh my, I'm actually doing a final. Yeah. So here is the other half of this video. What are you doing to up your grades? The proposal on time is part of it. Doing a proposal on time. Number 2, these 10 plus thumbnails, these are part of it. And as we move forward, the last part would be getting your final drawing together. Some of you might not have giant drawing paper at home. Some of you might just have small drawing paper at home. I do understand. So we'll see about, how big your drawings are going to be. But at least that's something we can worry about later. Understand that everything we're doing is basically this. So if you are one of the few that are like, hey, dude, Wong, I really want to up my third quarter grades. I don't like them. I would highly suggest you go and actually do the assignments, the enrichment activities, because like I said before, they're actually no different from what we would have done in class. So if you've blown them off and said, nah, I don't feel like doing it, now's a good time to pick up your laptop, pencil, paper, and work. Okay? All right. So that's it. This week, Friday, I'm looking for your proposal. Next week, Friday, I'm looking for your thumbnails. I'm giving both of these things now, so you have time to work. All right, kids. Good luck. If you have questions, email me, Jupiter grade me, make an appointment for, office hours, ask questions. That's it. See ya.